Welcome back, everybody, after a long hiatus to Mission Accomplished.
Yeah.
I'm Matt.
I'm Mike.
And today we're going to talk about the Netflix original show, Space Force.
Yeah. So just real quick, they were able to get some stuff out.
Yeah.
And copyright material, copyrighted stuff. So now the U.S. government might not be able to use the name Space Force
for
the United States Space Force.
Right.
So that's just an interesting occurrence that came out of this show.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did find that amusing.
They'll claim eminent domain on it.
Most likely. I mean, of course they will. But it's just funny that legally, that's what's gonna be an issue going forward.
Right.
What'd you think of this?
I thought it was really, really good overall. Like, I like how the show will go from relatively serious to absurdist comedy.
Yeah.
And like in a word or two, and mostly from John Malkovich.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Steve Carell and John Malkovich.
they're just chewing up scenery.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And I never, okay, I don't know if John Malkovich has, all of a sudden changed his whole, I don't know, maybe eats differently now or something. I remember him as being a little bit more, hefty, not hefty, but there being a little bit more to him as an actual person. He's very long and lanky in this, very, and it matches, it totally matches the type of character that he's playing.
Yeah, he's like the hippie pacifist.
Yeah.
In most cases.
And then he's not all of a sudden.
Yeah. Which I actually liked in that situation because he was so desperate. He's desperate to prove himself as a leader, and he's like, this has to happen, you know. But from the concept to the characters, I love the female characters. It's good to be black on the moon.
So yeah, that's Tawny Newson, who played Angela Ali.
Yeah.
And then Lisa Kudrow is also in the show. She plays Steve Carell's wife. Deanna Silvers plays Aaron Naird. Yeah. So Steve Carell plays General Mark Naird.
Naird. Yeah. He's hilarious. It's just always so. It's so dry. Mm-hmm. You know, and he plays everything so straight. But then some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is like, what?
And is it the end of the first episode when he, spoiler alert, starts dancing a little bit and singing that song?
Yes.
And it was like, okay, this is who we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotcha. It definitely made the show interesting. I also liked Ben Schwartz's character, Fuck Tony. Now, It's never explained why his name is Fuck Tony, and I think it's because no one likes him, and I think it's because they're constantly saying, fuck Tony.
Yeah.
So it's just his name.
He's the social media manager.
Yeah, which is what we went to school for. Shit.
And he's he's all up in people's business, but...
Oh, God.
He's trying to create drama where there isn't, you know, and it's like he appeals to that, flash in the pan type viral sense of
definitely
social media.
Another good character was Dr. Chen, and who's John Malkovich's character, who plays Adrian Mallory. So he plays that's Jimmy O Yang, and he was also in Silicon Valley, and he's been in a couple of other things too recently as well. But I like him as an actor. He just. And I know that, I will say this, they're stereotyping him constantly into that.
Yeah,
into that character, and even in Silicon Valley, but I think he doesn't care and he does it well because then he's like, I'm from Baltimore, man. It's the way that it happens. Yeah. Not to drop one of the jokes, but it's really fun. It's just fun.
Where are you from?
Yeah, and you know what? That's another thing that I wanted to mention is that this cast is very diverse. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people in very high positions or who earn their way into high positions of all different ethnicities, and I think that is exactly what a space force should represent.
I think so too. I mean, you have to have a system of collaboration and confidence in each other. But part of what makes this season so funny is they get over tight with who they accept onto the mission, and then they have no choice, and they basically just assign two people from the grounds crew.
The maintenance, the janitors. the crazy conspiracy theorist janitor, who's like, I'm not. He's like, are you listed? He's not. I'm on a list. What?
Yeah.
Like, and then the other one, oh God, who is she? What? I don't. She's not currently on the. She was only in a couple episodes, but I know her as an actress. She's been in other things. I'm sorry. I'll look it up later. I'll look it up later. But yeah, those two characters were hilarious too because one of the questions was like, have you ever masturbated in front of someone that you shouldn't?
Yeah.
And she was like, either way that can be interpreted, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh God. Oh, that's what he is. The janitor's like an arsonist or something by accident or on purpose. I forget.
I forget, but he was like charged with something. Like he's like an ex-con.
Yeah. Oh, and he's working in the most top secret thing ever.
Right. The yeah, but this was a delightful little surprise here at the end of the whole lockdown
quarantine
thing. A little ray of sunshine through the clouds on this show.
Lined up within a week or two of Elon Musk setting up his most recent manned mission to the ISS.
First manned mission in the United States since
2011.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time.
You know,
so it's about time that we get back to expanding our consciousness further than just this planet. You know what I'm saying?
Or just, doing science for science-y stuff, Like,
oh, well, that's happening already. We just don't see it most of the time.
It's a much grander, dramatic setting. I think, right?
Yeah, it's in front of everybody's face when it's a big rocket going.
Right. Yeah.
You know what's weird about rockets though? The higher they go, it just looks like they're going like this.
Yeah.
It's very. I'll never get over it. Yeah, it's the bend. Yeah. I just never get over it.
At one point, they look like they're not moving anymore.
At all. Yeah. So
then,
Space Force is...
And then they just blink out of existence. It's like, blink, you're gone. But yeah, the Space Force was awesome. This
I
is just really, really fun, lighthearted. They're good character interaction. Good through line plots. The other armed forces kind of, attacking Nerd for being Space Force, and just even Nerd's secretary is always letting people in his office.
Oh God, yeah. He's a 1-star general.
Yeah.
But the whole reason, you find out why in a throwaway line. It's like, oh, that's why. That's why he's there out front.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna, it is what it is. But it builds their relationship. And it's like, okay, cool. Now I get it. And so you also understand what kind of man Nerd is at that point. He's going to take care of his own.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes care of his own, and he doesn't seem bothered easily. Like a lot of the military types would, they might deal with it, but they'd be bothered by it. And he doesn't really seem that way.
Yeah.
I like the family interplay. Nerd's wife who's put I forget it.
Lisa Kudrow.
It's Lisa Kudrow plays it. I
think her name is Maggie. Let me double check.
Well,
yeah, it's Maggie Nerd.
Basically, you see her once, and then all of a sudden, the next time you see her, she's
time jump of a year.
Yeah, and she's in prison. And you don't know why.
We won't find out for the whole first season.
Yeah,
we don't know why she's in jail. It's one of the mysteries. Yeah.
One of the whole things about this season was he was trying to have a conjugal visit with her. And it
so many times.
Yeah, it kept on getting delayed, and then they finally had one. And it was they spent more time talking, and she wanted the open marriage. Where at first he's like no, but then I guess he's sees her point.
Yeah. Well, she pretty much says, "I'm already doing it whether you like it or not, so you might as well go along and do it too."
Right.
And she said, here's the thing.
I'm here for...
You might, as a viewer, be like, opening up the marriage. What? Right. She's going to be in jail for 40 to 60 years, I think is what she says in the show. So she's like, this is us for the next 40 years. It's not fair for either one of us, blah, blah, blah. Which I totally understand and get. And then they talk about what their marriage represents. And it actually... It's weirdly... I say weirdly like I'm judging. It's just not... It's not what I'm used to. Well, I don't want to say normal because I'm not trying to normalize anything here. You know what I mean? Well, or denormalize anything, I should say.
I think what it is I mean, it almost to me it's just like, okay, well, then why not just get a divorce? You know, and the relationship is whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then I guess they wouldn't be able to have conjugal visits at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, I mean, if you're just gonna say let's have an open marriage, I don't even necessarily know what that means, because marriage is supposed to be, you know, basically
well,
saying you're.
I think what they're. I mean, she was like, well, it represents this and that and yada yada, and you know, all this other stuff, and you know, it's an alright argument, and the whole point is
Nair was definitely taking the more historically conservative viewpoint of being like it's a monogamous, monogamous, you know, contract here, like.
But he does end up dating someone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like ruin who that is. Whatever. It's one of the characters. I don't want to say her name. I don't want to because it's part of the storyline. Right. Spoiler. I mean, we are saying this is a mission accomplished, though, right?
Absolutely. This is a good show.
Mission accomplished.
You're stuck, you know, being stuck at home a lot lately, and this was a good little nugget to have at the end.
Yeah, I legitimately laughed out loud multiple times watching this show.
Yeah, there's parts where it's just absurd, and you're just cracking up at how they keep it going, and it's just like
the one episode when they have to have those two astronauts. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't even help it.
Yeah, the show is funny,
man.
But yeah. Do we want to go into specifics or spoil it?
I don't think I want to spoil this for people. I got to be honest. We should watch it and enjoy it. It's more Steve Carell. You know, it's got that Office, little bit of that Office taste to it.
There's definitely some Office-y reference and homage, either in the camera work or just like some of the dry wit banter.
Yeah. It's very good. I like it.
Naird's much more with it than I think Michael Scott was, you know, like...
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I like this character. I like Steve Carell as this character.
Yeah.
He's much more in control, and it shows.
Right.
But then you know him as Michael Scott, who's like this, you know, goofball.
Yeah,
so, right. And you still see some of that come through in the show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's parts where he's just like, you know, bust out singing and dancing just to like lighten his own mood.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know.
Yeah. So, mission accomplished, I guess.
Yeah. Check it out. Check out Space Force.
If we can't say spoilers, the conversation is kind of over, and it's come to its natural conclusion, which is check it out.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. I'm Mike.
I'm Matt.
And we're mission accomplished. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes on our next episode, because we're going to record something right after this.
Right.
Thumbs up.